Neville Goddard has an amazing story about reality creation, and I just want to look at it from a different point of view. I am in Barbados. If we consider the story and we consider the typical thing that people say, which is don't check the 3D, what does that actually mean in comparison with this story? Neville Goddard says, I am in Barbados. Why did he say that? While standing in New York. Because in his awareness, he knows that there is a version of him standing in Barbados. I accept that this is the version of myself that I desire to be. I accept that it is done. I accept that there's sand between my toes and water brushing up against my legs. That's who I am now, because this is my desire. I assume that it's unfolding perfectly. I'm going to lift no fingers to make it happen. Now, he is standing in the middle of New York. There's no ocean. There's no sand. There's buildings surrounding him. How can he not check the 3D with the assumption that he is in Barbados? It doesn't make any sense, right? Those buildings aren't going to suddenly disappear. You are in New York. Those buildings aren't going anywhere. They meant to be there, right? He can't close his eyes, walk around until he hits sand. It doesn't make any sense. You can't check outside to see if Barbados is creeping closer towards the city, right? That doesn't make sense. You can't check your Instagram because one, it didn't exist back then, and two, it's unlikely Barbados is going to have a third party that you need to be upset about, that you need to avoid by not checking the 3D, right? It doesn't make any sense. So what does not checking the 3D mean? It means not checking the 3D for evidence of who you say you are now. So it doesn't matter if you look at it. If you say you are a millionaire and you know how much money you have, that's you checking or at least knowing what the 3D appearances are. But if you don't know yourself, then you are going to continuously go to the 3D world, in the 3D world, as the 3D world, and look for evidence of who you say you are, knowing you're not going to find it. If you say you are a millionaire, it is because of your awareness of a version of you who is a millionaire. You know how much money you have. You know you have $1. You know you have $100. You know that. You don't need to go and check all the time. You know how much money you have. You don't need to pretend you don't have that. You don't need to pretend you can walk into some expensive store and buy everything in there. You know that you can't do that in the physical world that you are experiencing at that moment. But how do you choose to experience it? By knowing, you know what, this is one physical aspect of reality. I know those other ones exist. They are my desire. I assume I am that right now. And that's it.